This is the Glatt Properties Podcast. I am your host, Bruce Gladhorn. Let's get right into it. So the first half of the month, I put out a podcast telling you kind of some things to do and get your mindset right. Apologize for the horrible recording and all the good stuff that you're going to hear in the background. But again, I don't do this for financial success or whatever the case may be. I do the podcast when I have time to do it. That's why I'm putting this one out so much later. I was hoping to bring you a couple more for the month of January, but it didn't happen because I have things that I have to do. And hey, if that's an example kind of in life, if you are thinking about getting a coach in some space, in some aspect, you really have to consider some things to yourself. Does this person have the time? If this person does have the time, what's going on auxiliary to when they're spending time with you? And then on top of that, why isn't this person doing more of that? A great example would be a fitness instructor. You can know right off the bat if this person is somebody you want to be taking health and fitness advice from. Is this a musclehead, an in-shape spin class teacher, or is this person grossly overweight and, well, maybe they don't belong here in this space, okay? Is their schedule packed? Yes. They're seasoned. Is it open? They're newer or they're in a lull. Hey, consider these things and start analyzing what's going on around you more. It's going to help all aspects of your life. Just my little tidbit for advice for today. So, getting back to what you should have done by this point in time in the year, what you didn't do, how you did it, were you successful, were you not? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It's your success. It's not mine. It's your, financial freedom. It's not mine. It's your family's wealth. It's not mine. So you're the only person that lays in bed at night thinking about your day. Do you want to think awesome things? Okay. Well, then if you want to think awesome things, do awesome things. It's that simple. So the beginning of the year, you should have connected with a lender. You should have gone over your financials. You should have done your budget and your numbers from the year of 2022. Okay, you should have this already done. Why? Well, number one, you have taxes coming up. Tax season is upon us. So if you didn't do your financials, if you didn't look at your expenses, if you didn't do all that stuff, and you're just going to go for what your job sends you on your W-2 or with 1099 or however you get paid, I don't care. If you're just going to trust them, then there's probably a better way to do it. Okay. I'm not going to make any comments about that, but there's probably a better way for you to keep account of your own accountability. One spreadsheet might save you $1,500 for the year. At this point in time, what's going on with everything in the country, the world, the prices, we all could use an extra $1,500 for the year. Don't be stupid, be smart. And if you're not smart, ask yourself, what would a smart person do in this situation? And then just do that. When in doubt, do what intelligent people would do. You may find a better way to do it while you're doing it, but at least you're executing and you're getting something done. So, if you are on the ball, squared away, doing what you should be doing, you will have also probably thought to yourself, what real estate move can I make in the wonderful year of 2023, or what real estate moves can I make in the year of 2023? Both are two fantastic questions, but both are on two different levels. So let's start on the first level. What real estate move can I make in 2023? So we're going to do one move at each and every different level in that level one space. So you have a property that you own, you want to sell it, and you want to buy a better house in a different location or a better house in the same location. Very good. Have you been interviewing real estate agents? Have you been interviewing lenders? Have you discussed all your possible financing options and the homes that you can purchase and in the price range that you can purchase? Have you communicated with your partner, significant other? This is something that I want to do. This is something that I feel like we were prepared to do. I don't know. You know better than I do. Are you an investor? Are you getting into investments? Do you want your first rental property? Have you done all those things that I just discussed about selling a home? Interviewed an agent, lender, a couple of them for both of those sections, and looked at different markets, not just the one that you live in. It's all new and it's all uncomfortable at this level. Your first sale of your primary residence is an uncomfortable situation. Your first buy is an uncomfortable situation. As a buyer, are you interviewing agents and are you interviewing lenders? Far too often do people go with the first agent that they connect with on Zillow or the first referral that they receive, because they don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, you at least want to pretend like you have some clue what's going on, and if you're pretending you know what's going on, the best thing to do is keep your mouth shut and listen. Does this person that I'm connecting with sound like they have some sort of clue as to what they're talking about? Do they at least sound confident? Okay? Do they at least sound like they have a firm grasp and they don't actually need you to buy the house or sell the house or invest in this house? They're simply here as an agent who's going to help guide you through the process, as a lender who's going to get you your money that you qualify for. If the lender and or the agent or the title company or I guess the attorney in some states, depending on where you are pushing you towards purchasing this home, that's when you ask them a very serious, direct, straightforward question in a lower tone of voice. Why are you pushing me to purchase this specific home? Because if you ask the question, they're not going to give you the answer that you, I guess, can expect. But the way that they answer the question, you'll find out, are they looking to push you towards a closing so they can, check you off on their spreadsheet or their CRM as a sale? Or are they, coming with genuine, purpose, the genuine intent, and saying, I don't know, man, you put the offer in, you wanted to buy this house, and we're rocking and rolling, everything's going. I thought we were buying this house. I thought we were going forward with this. Okay? It's not, it doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be confrontational, but when you, again, as always, I apologize for the friggin' noises in the friggin' damn background. Apparently the Germans are coming. There's a plane flying over my house. But when you ask these serious questions, you find out who's serious and who's not, and who's like really, really working for you, or who is working for you now. Okay, so the last thing I like to hear is that people went with the first person that they ever connected with. That's fine. You don't have that with sellers. Sellers interview multiple agents. Why don't buyers interview multiple agents? I don't know. That's beyond me. But you know what? If I wasn't a real estate guy, I probably would never ask that question. So I hope you guys can take that for what it is. If you have any questions that you want to ask, or you don't know what to ask of your agent, potentially being a buyer or a seller, go ahead, send me an email. I don't care. You don't have to go with me. Right? It doesn't bother me, but you should know these things to protect yourself, because you can only get better if you have knowledge. Right? So now we're going to move on to the next level. Another real estate move in your real estate career. An additional multiple moves. Okay, just because you went with a lender for the past 17 deals doesn't mean that you have to go with the same lender for this deal. Right? Things change. People change. Somebody might have had a kid. Somebody's priorities are different. Somebody might have had a kid and said, you know what, I'm going to work even harder, because now I only have a period of time where they're in daycare and I'm at work. So as opposed to having 10 hours a day, I only have 6. So I have to put 10 hours worth of work into 6 hours. That means I'll eat lunch when I eat lunch. That's the type of person that you want working for you. That's a driven individual. Okay, so again, you have to ask these questions when you're getting into a higher level, because remember, as you progress up the ladder, there are leeches along the way that take your money. 100% I could be considered one of those leeches as a real estate agent. I'm never going to sit here and say that that's not actually true. That 100% is true. I'm going to charge you money for my services. That's it. If you put $500,000 into a house, you want to sell it for $750,000, I'm taking a cut of that because my job is to get your house sold, and there's a fee that's associated with that because I have the numbers, I have the knowledge, and I have the experience. Because if you had the experience, the numbers, and the knowledge, you wouldn't have to ever call a real estate agent. You could just sell it on your own. But that's why you called us. So yes, I can be considered one of those leeches along the way. Do I think that I am? No. I think that if you ask any of my previous clients, they'll let you know that, Bruce tells it like it is. And he'll tell you right to your face, don't buy this house, please. Please don't buy this house. This is not a good house to buy. We should look elsewhere. Let's waste more time, go look at other homes, in the off chance that we find something better. That's kind of my dedication to service that I bring, especially for those price your listings, because that's you're looking at a completely different ballpark of commissions. But I digress. Enough about me, more about you. So along the way, there are people that are going to be charging you fees. Leeches, that's what we're going to call them. You have your agent that you're going to pay 3% on one side, 3% on the other side, 2.5% on one side, 2.5% on the other side. Whatever the commission that you work out between you and that individual is between you and that individual. I don't care. Okay? I can tell you right now, with this current market, you're not going to get a discount anymore. If you were getting 4.5%, 5% total commissions, it's going to be 6%. Why? Because agents have to get back out there and do agenting. What does that mean? That means call the people that went and saw the house. Ask your agent that. I don't care what part of the transaction that you were in. I don't care where you are in terms of the sale of your home. You just hit the market. You're active, no showings. You're coming soon. You're thinking about it. Call the agent up. Ask that individual, are you connecting with other people telling them that this house is for sale and that their clients should buy it and I'm ready to do a deal? That tells you everything that you need to know about that agent. It's not rocket surgery. I have done it in a mass email for every single listing I have ever had. I saw your client got this listing in their auto email. If you know about the auto email, you know about the auto email. If you don't, oh boy, you're in for a world of emails. There's emails every day, every hour seemingly. But I have personally, it's an email. An agent should know how to write that email within the first 3 months, save that as a template, and send it out to every single agent who had a client that received your listing when it hit the market. Hey, do you guys want to buy this? Hey, are you guys coming to the open house? Oh wait, your agent's not having an open house? Why would you hire that person? Would you ever buy a boat that wasn't in the water? Hell to the no. You would never buy a car you didn't test drive unless you were some whiz kid mechanic, and that's a different story. But seriously, look around you. Look at the patterns. Find out what's going on. Is your lender calling you, or are you calling the lender? Is your agent calling you, or are you calling the agent? Is title on the ball getting the tax certs and getting everything squared away? If not, voice your concern. Voice your concern. Everybody on a transaction that's selling your house, specifically towards sellers, whether you're an investor or this is your primary residence, is making money off of you. You're paying them. So when you pay, you say. Moving on. An investment move, another investment property. Find out what's going on with your tenants. I don't care if you have a bad relationship with your tenants. These things happen. It's just, you can't avoid it. Not every relationship that you have is going to be positive, but as long as it's not negative and there's respect, you gotta be able to navigate those tricky waters, especially with some extra beautiful tenants. But what you got to do is you got to reach out to the tenants and find out what their plan is for this year. Find out now. Okay, if you already know, then don't waste your time. Okay, but find out from the tenants what their plans are so that you can pivot. Are you going to have a rental increase this year? Are you going to keep it the same? Well, these are decisions that you have to make on your own. Would I suggest a rental increase? Always. But every property is a different property, and every tenant is a different tenant. So everything is case by case. Don't hesitate to not take an increased amount of rent, and don't hesitate to increase the rent. But make a good informed decision and move forward from there. And allow the other person to have an opinion. Allow them to have an opinion. Allow them to speak with you. Don't allow them to sell you on their BS. They're, oh, my car broke, what. Listen, some tenants, their car breaks every day. Some tenants, oddly enough, around the first of the month, their car always ends up in the shop. And, as opposed to raising the rent, tell them to get the hell out. Because either their car is shoddy or their character is shoddy. Both of them are not attractive features and qualities to have. So think about this stuff. If you're going to be looking at another property, all right, well, what about a portfolio loan as opposed to a different type of loan? Will my lender just give me a rotating, revolving $200,000 pre-approval based on the numbers that I'm getting for my properties? Is my lender going to allow me to do X, Y, and Z? Are they going to offer me different options? The more you get into the lending space, the more options you have to purchase homes. It's that simple. The bank wants good workers. You want to be a worker bee for the bank because the bank has all the freaking money. So find those properties, get out there, buy them, rent them, do what you have to do. You're going to have to work on them. I don't care who you are. It is what it is. I can sit here all day and do a podcast and say, oh, well, buy an investment property, make money off of it, blah, 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 blah. Well, what I'm not going to tell you is about the amount of work that's going to have to, go into that. Because I don't know. Every property is different. You might spend 6 hours a month. You might spend, sometimes, 6 hours a day getting it ready. You're going to have to do what you have to do for that house so that it can earn. So get your mind space, get your head in the right mind space, get your mind space corrected, and move forward successfully. If you have the intention and desire to be successful at whatever level you are, you're doing multiple properties, you're getting your first, you're adding to your portfolio, whatever the case may be. If you have the mentality of I want to be successful, you will be successful. You will fail, but you will only fail until you win. And then once you win, you just do that over and over and over again. And then suddenly people will call you a winner. That's literally how stupid people are. That's most people. They don't even recognize the challenges and the things that you had to face. So this one was a little bit of a rant and a ramble to cover up for the 3 weeks that you didn't hear me complaining into the microphone. And that's all right. Whatever, I just want you to get out there and do something. Do something this year. Interest rates, the cost of doing business, as always. If you want a good interest rate, go to the bank. If you want a bad interest rate, go to a private lender. You want cash? That interest rate is a little bit higher than the bank. And the interest rates are going to come down. It is what it is. So if right now isn't a good time for you to buy, watch the market. Find a different market. And something that I just put out, another thing, in last quarter's report for Q4, I'll do I'm actually going to do a podcast next week on analyzing my current market that I'm in. I might even start doing some of the other markets that I'm in. I don't know. But you've got to be smart and intelligent and look at your other options. So one of the last things that I wrote about in my Q4 Glatt report is what to do. Okay, so I didn't include this because not everybody needs to hear this and not everybody can do this and not everybody doesn't have the luxury to do this, and that's okay. And of course people are texting me. But if you want an investment property, you don't have the capital to put down and you're not sure what to do, how about you buy a second home? How about you identify a market that you would love to move to, maybe have children there and raise your children there and your family there. So buy that second home there. Or get a loan for a second home, purchase a house with the intention that you're going to keep rolling this house up and up and up. And in the meantime that you're not there, make it an Airbnb or make it a rental property. That's how you can easily get your first rental property with 10% down, is buying a second home. Don't believe me? Call your lender that you should have already connected with this year. Ask them what they need from you in order to purchase a second home. If you live in Tennessee and you want to move to Oklahoma, yeah, I'm pretty sure that distance qualifies for a second home, but I don't know. Discuss with your lender. Always, always, always discuss with the person that is more experienced in that space than me and you combined. But a second home is a fantastic way to get your first rental property. Of course, the numbers aren't going to be that good, but you have the freedom. You have the ability to up and move whenever you want. You can sell your primary, take that money tax-free, and move into your second home. Boom, 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 boom. It's not rocket surgery. It's just a game. And if you think that this is not right, you think that there's something shady about it, I can tell you right now, everybody that makes laws that govern you, me, and every normal person that's walking around here, they do it. And just remember, we pay them taxes to write more laws for us to pay them more taxes. So you might as well play the game like they play, and you might be good at it, because it's not rocket surgery. All right, gang, that's it, and that's that. I got nothing else to say. I'm sick and tired of hearing myself talk. So have a great weekend. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next week for a podcast all about Q4 2022 and expectations for Q1 and even a little bit of Q2 for 2023. Stay safe, y'all.